Hey, what's up, knuckleheads? This is Jeremy from Five Finger Death Punch, and you're listening to FullMetalRock.com. Keep it metal.
This is Patrick with FullMetalRock.com. Pleasure speaking with Jeremy from the one and only Five Finger Death Punch. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Good, man. First off, I know you get asked this question a lot of times, but the name of the band, is it a Kung Fu movie or is it a word from Kill Bill?
Yeah, it's kind of from Kill Bill. I mean, Zoltan's a big martial arts guy. He's a big fan of old martial art movies and things like that, but he did kind of take that from the Kill Bill, I think Volume 2,
yeah,
or whatever. It was the Five-Fingered Lotus Punch or something, and I guess you would take like a few steps and your heart explodes after you get punched, but Five-Fingered Lotus Punch didn't sound very cool, so we changed it.
Yeah.
So that's how the name came about.
Yep. And touring, man, y'all been touring y'all ass off with, I guess, a bunch of big names. Any big names y'all haven't toured with yet that y'all want to tour with?
Certainly touring with like a Metallica or an Iron Maiden would be great. We haven't done that yet, and that would certainly be something that we'd like to do maybe in the future. Who knows if it'll happen, but we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, well, the way y'all going, man, I mean, just I guess a few short years, busting y'all ass touring, y'all made a pretty big name for yourself.
Yeah, things are great, man. Things are building nicely. I mean, the first record came out in '07. And it's just been we've been fortunate enough to get on really good tours, and it just keeps getting better and better, and more people are becoming aware of the band, and we're doing well at radio, and it's just a real positive thing, man. There's a good buzz for the band right now, and we all feel good, and we're ready to make another record, and things are exciting, man.
Yeah, and in this time right now with the industry being so crappy as it is, y'all still selling records, which is oddity nowadays.
Yeah, it's really weird because you're right. People aren't really buying records anymore. Buying the Death Punch record, which is nice.
Yeah. That's the way. Y'all have a new box set coming out with the.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Somebody was trying to.
You have a new box set coming out?
I do. It's called The Way of the Fist, the Iron Fist edition, and it's basically a reissue of the first record, but it's a 3-disc set. The original CD, it's all remastered and remixed, and then disc 2 is like 5 unreleased tracks, some live tracks, things of that nature, and then we have a DVD, which is a documentary on the band. It basically covers from the beginning to the current state of the band, which is really cool. So, and there's like a poster in there, trading cards, a calendar. It's a really cool package.
Yeah, and y'all have trading cards too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of our homage to Kiss, I guess. But it turned out to be a really good package. I'm happy. I think it's going to do well for us, and I'm looking forward to it. It comes out Monday, November 22nd.
Yeah, it should be a killer package for y'all fans, man.
Yeah.
And y'all fans, the whole Five Finger Death Punch tattoo army is starting kind of like Kiss.
Yeah.
About getting tattooed up, which is how's that feeling? I guess seeing the band you're in logo tattooed on y'all fans.
Well, we're seeing a lot more of it now, and it's really cool, man. I mean, that's like the ultimate respect, and it's really neat whenever like you'll meet somebody and they go, "Hey, can you sign my arm? Because I want to go get a tattoo." And you're thinking, they'll never do that. And then you see them again like another tour later, and they did it. And I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I did a decent job signing your arm that day. So yeah, it's flattering, man. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's got to be the ultimate, lifetime commitment.
Yeah, it is. They're braver than I am. I have a lot of tattoos, but I don't have any bands on me.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that they get Death Punch tattoos. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then you're drumming. I guess you've been drumming for a while?
I have, man, since I was 6 years old, and my body feels like I've been drumming now. But yeah, it's just something that has been with me my whole life, and it's been my passion and my favorite hobby and my favorite pastime, and now I get to do it as my job. It's really great.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I actually, by accident, I ran into the whole metal loops.
Oh, yeah.
One of my guys' studios. And, man, the double bassing on that's unbelievable.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that came about. Zoltan, our guitar player, actually suggested, he's like, dude, I get these metal CDs for try to get metal loops so I can do demos and stuff, and he's like, there's not really very many good ones out there. You should totally do one of those. And I'm like, you're right, man. So I just went in and tracked a bunch of stuff and then came home and put it together. It took me about a half a year to do the whole thing, but
yeah.
I'm happy with the result, and I think it's a really cool writing tool for like guitar players or bass players, because not a lot of people have access to drummers or an expensive studio or whatever, but now they can just click the mouse on their computer and they have an instant drum track, which I find very helpful. And it's getting positive response, and I've been selling quite a bit of them steady since about 05, 06, whenever it came out. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, a lot of the metal loops they have and all the beats they have, and a lot of it's standard and basic.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's really off time or everything's kind of, it's set up. It's all click tracked. But yours is, it's click tracked, but it has a more of a real feel to it,
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I consciously went in and did something that I thought would be helpful to people, and I just didn't think there were cool patterns out there, and I'm a fan of double bass, and I thought that there should be one of those out there, so I did it. I did my best, and here we are.
It's killer, man. It's killer.
Thanks.
And I guess the big thing now, radio, is the Bad Company cover. It opens y'all guys up, I guess, to a whole nother fan base, really, because I've heard of y'all years back, and now have newer people, I guess younger kids, that hear a song on the radio, the Bad Company cover, thinking it's not even a cover song.
Right.
Because they didn't grow up in my day, and they're just, I mean, I guess they're enjoying it because it's something totally fresh and new,
Yeah, we're excited with the way the response has been. I mean, it's such an unorthodox song choice, and when it was time to do covers, we were like, well, what should we do? And it's tough to get 5 dudes to agree on one cover, but then our old guitar player actually suggested that, and we're like, man, that's so different that maybe we should try it, and it just turned out really well. We kind of turned it into, we put our Death Punch stamp on it, and I think it turned out well, and it was stayed at number 2 on the charts for weeks, so apparently people agree, so I'm really thrilled that it's done well, and it's opening up a lot of doors, and now we have a new single called Far From Home. It's at radio, and it's climbing the charts. It's about to enter the top 10. It's the ballad off the record. Yep. So we're excited, man. I think the Bad Company thing has really opened some doors for us.
Yeah, it has. I mean, there's been a couple covers this year that's came out, and every time I hear about a cover song, I'm dreading it, And when this one came out, I couldn't believe this shit because, I mean, it stayed true to the roots of it, but it had that, had y'all feel, but it wasn't overdone,
Right.
It wasn't slaughtered like, some of these other songs that came out from a couple other pop bands on the radio.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we consciously try to just make it a Death Punch song and still pay homage to the original. You don't want to totally massacre it, but we wanted to kind of give it a facelift and make it one of our songs, basically, and I think it turned out pretty well for us.
Hell yeah. So what's the next step for y'all?
Well, right now we're just kind of shaking off all the touring and relaxing a little bit, and then I'm actually getting ready to go to a meeting right now and discuss plans to get together and start doing the next record. We're going to write and record the 3rd record, which we hope to have out in late spring of next year.
All right, killer. That should be good, y'all. Because a lot of influences touring with a bunch of bands. You tour, you hear a lot of different things from opening bands and everything. And I guess when you go back to writing, you get that want again to write. So it should be a killer album, man.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited. We really don't know where it's going to go, but it's, we're pretty tough critics, so I think that if it passes our acceptable meter, hopefully other people like it as well. And we're going to do something that feels right to us. It's an honest record, and we're not putting any limitations on ourselves. We just kind of go where we go. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be like classical symphonies or anything on the record, but there's no rules with us. I mean, we have a sound that works for us. We want to broaden our horizons and branch out and try new things, and we don't want to make the same record twice. So I'm excited to see where we go with this.
Yeah, me too, man. Any last words for you fans, on new listeners maybe listening?
Well, thanks so much for coming out and supporting us the past year on the War is the Answer touring cycle, and just a quick reminder that the Way of the Fist box set, the Iron Fist edition, comes out Monday, November 22nd, and we appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you.